Hi, my name is Salima Jaffer, and I'm here today to show you how you can make an adorable gift just in time for Mother's Day. Today, I'm going to teach you how to make this design on your machine. I used the Baby Lock IQ Designer. This can also be done using the Brother Design Center. These shapes were built into the machine. I'm going to show you how to convert the built-in shapes into applique and to add some special touches onto your design. So let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is we are going to click on IQ Designer. We are going to start with the shapes icon, which is this icon right here with the circle and the square. I'm going to click on that, and then I'm going to click on the heart and click on the word OK. Once the heart is on the screen, I do need to change the size of it. So I'm going to click on the word size, and I come up here to the proportional sizing and make it bigger. And I'm going to make it roughly 6 inches. And I'm only worrying about the height because the width will kind of just follow through because it's a proportional size that I'm changing it to. Once I've gone ahead and changed the size, I'm going to click on the word OK. The next thing I'm going to do is save it to my machine's memory. This is a very important step because we need this heart later down the road. So we want to click on the word memory and save it to the machine's memory. Next, we're going to assign it some stitches. I'm going to click on the Line Regions Property icon, which are these sections right here. It's this top 4 boxes right here, and it's this one that looks like a piece of paper, Line Regions Property. I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to select the double run, and I'm going to change the color to red and click OK. Once I've done that, I'm going to click on the bucket or the cup icon, and I'm going to touch the heart. Once I've touched the heart, I'm going to come down here and click on Next, and then I'm going to click on Set, and lastly, OK. So now I have my heart on the screen. I need 2 hearts because remember, this is an applique design, so I need the placement line as well as the tack down line. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the word Edit, and I'm going to click on the word duplicate, not the word, the shape. It looks like 2 boxes. So click on the duplicate icon, and then I'm going to click up here where it says move, and I'm going to put that duplicated heart right on top of the previous heart. Once that is done, I'm going to click OK. So now I have 2 hearts right on top of another. One is the placement line and one is the tack down line. Once that is done, I'm going to go ahead and bring in another heart for the satin stitch. So I'm going to click on the word Add, and I'm going to click on IQ Designer, and I'm going to recall that saved heart. So I'm going to come up here to the memory pocket and grab that heart that we just saved, which is right here. And I'm going to click on the word OK. Once I have my heart on the screen, I'm going to go back up to the Line Regions Property box, click over here. It is already at a satin stitch by default, so I'm going to go ahead and change the color to green. And then I'm going to click OK. Once that is done, I'm going to click on the bucket or the cup icon for the Line Regions Property and touch the heart. This is going to assign a satin stitch to that heart. I'm going to click on the word Next, and at this point I want to change my width of my satin stitch. So to do so, right now it's in inches, and I really prefer it to be in millimeters when I'm talking about widths on satin stitches. So I'm going to come up to my settings page, and I'm going to go to page 9, and right here up at the top it's in inches. I'm just going to click on that arrow and select millimeters, and then click OK. So now you can see I have millimeters here. So I'm going to change the millimeters for the width of the heart to 6.0, which is the furthest it goes. It's the widest it will go. And then I'm going to go ahead and say OK. As you can see now, it looks much nicer. It's wider. The next thing I'm going to do is the density. I'm going to change that to 110% and then click OK. I'm going to click Set, and I'm going to click OK. So now you can see on the screen I have my placement, I have my tack down line, and I have my satin stitch. So I have all three right there on the screen. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a decorative stitch on top of my satin stitch. So I'm going to go over here to the word Add, and I'm going to go up and bring back my shape. So I'm going to go over to IQ Designer, and I'm going to recall that shape. Here it is. Click on it and click on the word OK. This time I'm going to still click on Line Regions Properties, but I'm going to select the triple stitch. I'm going to select triple stitch, and I'm going to change the color to a pink, and then I'm going to click OK. Once I've done that, I'm going to go ahead and click on the bucket/cup icon and touch the line. I'm going to click Next, and right now my stitch length is 2.0 millimeters. I'm going to change it to 3.0. Just going to make it a little bit longer stitch. I'm going to click OK. I'm going to click Set, and I'm going to click on the word OK. The next thing I'm going to do on this screen here, because it's an applique, I have the option on this machine to tell the machine what these particular sections are. So for example, if I click on the word Edit, and I click on this color palette right here, right now it says it's Floriani thread, but if I scroll with these arrows to the right, I'm going to have my embroidery thread palette. And if I scroll down, I can see that I have these three icons right here. One is for the placement line, one is for the tack down, and then the final stitching. So the first color that I want to do, which is this heart right here, I'm going to change it to the placement line. And you can see it changed it right over here. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to come over to the second one, and I'm going to select the tack down line. And then finally, the last one, I'm going to scroll up, click on that, and it's going to be the satin stitch. So I've got three positions for my applique. I'm going to click on the word OK. And then I'm going to click on the word embroidery. And I'm going to save my design to my machine's memory. The next thing we're going to do is we are going to repeat the same process for the next heart shaped. So I'm just going to click on the word Home, and it's okay to delete it because I already have it on memory. And I'm going to go back over to IQ Designer, bring in my shapes icon, and we're going to go back to the heart, and we're going to click OK. This time we're going to change the size, and we're going to make it 3.5 inches. Now you can see I'm in millimeters now because remember we changed it before. So I'm going to go back up to Settings, and I'm going to go to page 9 and come over here and change it back to inches and click OK. Now I'm going to go back here and change the size to 3.5. Once the size is changed, I'm going to go ahead and click OK. And remember, I must save this. So we need to click on the memory and save it to my machine's memory. The next thing we're going to do is assign it some stitches. So we go to the Line Regions property icon, and we click on the double run. We're going to select red, and we're going to say OK. I'm going to touch on the bucket or the cup for the Line Regions property, which is right up here. I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to touch the heart. I'm going to go ahead and click on Next, and then I'm going to click Set, and then OK. So this is my placement line. I need another line for my tack down of my fabric. So I need to make another copy of this. So I'm going to go to Edit, Duplicate, Move, and then click on the little center dot to put it right on top of the other one. We're going to click on the word OK. And now we're going to click on the word Add. I'm going to go back over to IQ Designer and go to my machine's memory, which is right up here, to retrieve that heart that I just saved. So here's my heart, and I'm going to go ahead and click OK. I'm going to click on the Line Regions property icon. The satin stitch is already selected, so I'm going to go ahead and change the color to green. And then we're going to click OK. Once I've done that, I need to click on the bucket or the cup icon, which is right here. And I'm going to touch the heart, so the heart turns green. I'm going to click Next. And again, I need to change my settings here so it's in millimeters. So I go back up to the settings page, go to page 9, change it to millimeters, and then click OK. And this time I'm going to change it to 5.5 and then click OK. And you'll just wait a second while it processes, and I'm going to change my density to 110%. I'm going to click on the word Set, OK. And at this point, I can do the same thing with the colors. Click on the word Edit, click on the colors icon here, and let's change our design here a bit. So we're going to click on the next page, which says Embroidery, and I can scroll down and I can see these 3 icons. So I'm going to click on the very first one, which is already selected, and it's going to be the placement line. Oops, the placement line. The second one is going to be the tack down. And the third one is going to be the satin stitch. So 1, 2, and 3. And then I'm going to click on the word OK. I'm going to click on the word Embroidery, and then I'm going to save this one to my machine's memory. So my second heart is done. So let's go ahead and click on the icon of the home button. So home, and we're going to cancel it. The last one we are going to do is we are going to do a fancy outline, and we are going to also fill in the heart with some decorative stitches. So the first thing we want to do is open up IQ Designer and click on the shapes icon again. Again, we are going to select the heart, and we are going to click OK. The next thing we're going to do is we are going to click on size, and we're going to change it now to 3 inches. And again, it's in millimeters, so I'm just going to navigate here, changing it to inches. And I'm going to change this one to 3 inches. So it's going to be the smallest heart. Once I've gone ahead and done that, I say OK. I save it to my machine's memory. And I click on the Line Regions property icon. Again, we're going to select the double run, color red, and OK. This is going to be my tack down / placement line. I click on the bucket icon, and then I'm going to touch the heart. I'm going to click on the word Next, Set, OK, and then I'm going to click on the word Edit, and then Duplicate, click on the Move icon, and center the heart one on top of another and click OK. And then I'm going to go ahead and add my decorative stitch on top of that. So I click on the word Add, And then I'm going to click on IQ Designer. I'm going to recall my heart from my machine's memory. So I click on that icon and I'm going to grab my last heart that I just saved. Click OK. I'm going to click on the Line Regions property icon. And I'm going to this time click on this icon right here. So this lets me select a lot of different types of outline stitches. So if you have the Solaris or the Luminaire, you have more options to choose from for the outline. If you have the Destiny or the Dream Machine, you have these first row right here, as well as the chain stitch as your option. So I'm sewing on a Solaris today, so I'm going to click on the select and I'm going to choose outline number 9. And then I will say OK. Once I've gone ahead and done that, I'm going to go ahead and pick a color. So I'll pick purple and I'll click OK. I'm going to go ahead and click on the bucket, again, bucket icon, and touch the heart. So now my outline is a decorative stitch. The next thing I want to do is I'm going to fill the inside of this heart with stitches. So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to use these 4 icons here, which deal with the fill, and they're called the fill regions. So right here, it's the fill regions property icon. And I'm going to click on this icon right here. This one gives me the word select, and it enables me to go ahead and pick from many of the different fills that are built into your machine. Depending on which machine you have and which upgrade you have a number of different fills. So I'm going to go ahead and choose fill number 3, and I'm going to click OK. I'm going to change the color to a blue, and then click OK. I'm going to come right on here and click on the bucket for the fill regions property box and click inside the heart. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the word next. And this is where I have options. I have options to change the sizes and the fill types on this very same screen. So for example, if I want to change the outline, I think it's a little too wide for my current shape, I'm going to go ahead and make it smaller. So I'm going to go ahead and reduce it to 0.30. And then I'm going to click OK. I'm going to leave the fill at 100%. And I'm going to leave everything else the way it is, and I'm going to click Set. And then I'm going to click OK. So you can see it's this little shape, this little flower centered right in the middle of my heart, which looks really nice. The next thing I'm going to do is change these colors again. So click on the Edit icon and click on the Colors icon. We're going to scroll here until we see the embroidery type of threads, and then I'm going to scroll down, and the very first one is going to be the placement line. The second one is going to be the tack down, and then the third one is going to be the applique. Once I'm done, I'm going to go ahead and click OK. And then I'm going to click on the word embroidery and click on the word memory to save it to my machine's memory. So now that all my designing is done, what I want to do next is actually embroider it. So to embroider it, the way I've done so is I've gone ahead and embroidered 1 heart, and then I go in fabric scan and bring in the other 2 hearts. And I'll explain that in just a second. Okay, my friends, now that I've gone ahead and showed you how to create it on the machine, I want to bring you back to the actual design. And the first thing we're going to do after we hoop our fabric, and this is just a regular towel I've used, a kitchen towel, we're going to embroider the very first heart. Once I embroider that heart, I'm going to use a fabric scan icon on our machine to position the other 2 hearts. and that's how I got them to where I want them to be. So there's no real exact place for them, it's just whatever is pleasing to you. You can also see is that I actually added the decorative top stitch. That's the one that we created on the machine, as well as the built-in fill stitch that we used inside the heart. So my friends, I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial on how to make this adorable towel just for your mom for Mother's Day, or someone special, someone that you really love and truly care about. It's a quick and easy project. It can be placed on a towel, on a denim jacket back, a lot of different uses for this. If you do like this type of a project and you want some more lessons on IQ Designer or my design center, visit my website at www.salimacreates.com. I have free lessons there as well for you to use and for you to learn IQ Designer and my design center. In addition, I have also posted this pillow. And this pillow is my latest project that I'm going to teach you how to use and how to create a block and then go ahead and sew the blocks together to form this adorable pillow. So check out my website, salimacreates.com. Thank you.